encouraged to get things done. We're encouraged to be productive. You see, productive and present are not the same thing. And certainly we can be very productive when we are fully present. But when your boss gives you a deadline, he's not asking you to be fully present. He's asking you to get it done before, or she is asking you to get it done before that deadline. And overall, we have the species. Yes, apes and monkeys have mirror neurons, but we have more mirror neurons than any other species. What does that mean? It means that when I do this, for example, the same neurons that you would use to do this are firing in your brain when you watch me do this. So why we ask ourselves, especially as anthropologists, especially as scientists, why would we evolve this ability? Why would it be evolutionarily advantageous for us to reflect each other's movement in our neural firing? And this also extends, I will add, to our emotions. You will notice that our emotions are almost infectious. Yeah, actually they are, right? They do catch. So for example, the simplest example is yawning, right? So you'll have noticed that if you're in a room or on a train or something with somebody that near somebody that yawns, there's a very strong urge for you to yawn. Why is that? It's actually a biological urge. So it turns out that all primates use yawning as a signal of relaxation. So when I yawn in front of you, your urge is to yawn back, to signal this biological signal that says, we're okay. You're okay, I'm okay, we're okay together. But that's just at the most superficial level. We think about this. Think about another example. If you see someone slam their finger in the car door, oh, it's almost like you got your finger slammed in the car door. You react, you jerk back as though it were us. Deep and sometimes complex message. This ability allows us to work together. I am coming to you right now over a broadcast that involves at least 3 or 4 people besides myself. So right now, in order to speak to you, I require the support and assistance of other humans with whom I have communicated. Notice that no other species on the planet does this, right? If a dog wants his back scratched, he can't ask his buddy, hey, can you scratch my back? But I can ask you. I've had someone literally scratch my back. So this is something that humans evolved and no other species did. And so what are the implications here? The implication is that we are wired, we evolved to externalize our own brain and to cooperate with each other. So this means that we are fundamentally wired to be in relationship with each other. So this is the good news. This means that it should be easy for us to connect with each other and stay connected. Well, here's the difficulty. Here's the complication. The complication is that our society, our environment is not set up to support this level of deep cooperation, understanding, and presence with each other. They're very high energy, and maybe, maybe it was relaxed and maybe it was stressed. But the point is, we have all of these ways that our environment stresses us out. We're encouraged to compete with each other. And social media algorithms are designed to keep us angry and to keep us coming back to to the social media platform. Well, you'll notice when you're on a social media platform, you're not connected to another person. You're connected to a device. So we become increasingly and increasingly disconnected. So this is one of the big problems that stress our relationships. But this isn't everything. Another fundamental problem that we have is the way that we have been depolarized as men and women. What do I mean by that? And I'm going to ask Winnie to come join me in a moment, talk about yin and yang and the difference. But first, I'd like to talk about masculinity and femininity in relationships. Now, if you think about the classic male-female relationship, maybe, what comes to mind for you? Maybe it's this picture of a 50s household where the wife makes dinner and the husband goes to work and comes home and there's dinner on the table and there's two kids and they're smiling, and maybe that's your image, or maybe not. Many of us, of course, have grown up in different circumstances than this. But what this illustrates is the classic prototype of the feminine and the classic prototype of the masculine. What I mean by that is that the classic 50s housewife supports. She dresses nicely, she cooks, she cleans. She doesn't go out of the house. She doesn't go into the world. She doesn't go hunt to bring home the bacon, so to speak. She stays home and keeps the home fires burning, as it were. She keeps the family going. She submits to the needs of the family, the needs of the children, the needs of the husband. So this is not the latest in gender relations. Hello, welcome. But it illustrates the classic view, the classic feminine, right? The feminine in the Chinese medicine sense is soft and receives, whereas the masculine is hard. The masculine goes out into the world. The masculine seeks. The masculine receives clarity. The masculine provides and protects. Again, it's a stereotype of what a man is supposed to be versus what a woman is supposed to be. And of course, this isn't the 1950s anymore. But what's happened recently in our society is that women have been encouraged to be more what we would classically call masculine, to be more breadwinning and decisive and clear about their future and provide for their family and all of this. And of course, women can do it just as well as men. There's no question. The question is, how is this affecting the relationship between men and women? That's the question. At the same time this is happening, more and more men do less and less. More men are on their computer, on their phone, playing video games, stay home longer, and the ease of the internet means that so many young men are not leaving the comfort of their home, of their lives, to seek the company of a woman. So men are becoming increasingly receptive, soft, not providing, and women are becoming increasingly hard, providing, clear. And so, of course, this is going to affect the polarity between men and women. Now, of course, I'm not saying that there's no other way that women have to be classically feminine and men have to be classically masculine. What I am saying is that in order to be charged with energy, A relationship needs polarity. So someone in the relationship needs to be masculine and someone needs to be feminine. Someone needs to hold one pole and the other needs to hold the other. Now, here's the thing that makes it easier for women to be feminine and men to be masculine. It's biology. I'm not saying that we're constrained by biology, but I am saying that a woman bleeds once a month and has depleted energy because of this. And so this tendency to be more and more masculine, more and more providing and producing is actually draining for a woman, and it makes it difficult for her to have the relaxation and energy to have a productive relationship with another person. Never mind, man, woman, doesn't matter. So I would love for Winnie to come on and speak to some of this, especially the Chinese medicine implications, but also some of your ideas. I know you have um, some great ideas about this, and I would love for you to come share them with us.
Thank you, Jay. Okay, so the first thing is many of us grew up watching our parents in what is called codependent relationship. So in codependent relationship, it's like there's a rescuer, okay, and then there is a victim, and it's like, you know, the prince came along, and if you watch Chinese drama or Korean drama, this rich guy comes and falls in love with the girl, and then she's saved from bullying and victimhood, and suddenly she lives happily ever after. So that is the what television tells us as what romance is, and that's also a lot of our or more traditional relationship model from our parents' generation, right? So, with the context that 100 years ago in China, women have bound feet so that they're only 3 inches long, meaning women were actually forced into the role of victim. And even here in the United States in the 70s, women, unless they're attached to a father or husband, could not buy property or have a credit card, right? So this, even in the United States in the 70s, this idea that woman is disempowered is not a new, it's not unique to China or America, it's universal. So understand that our mother, our grandmother, our great grandmother, we have generation trauma of suppression of women. So women in going from codependent relationship, the last 10 years, hashtag boundaries, all the women learned how to set boundaries. And whoa, we swung to this other side called independence, right? It's like, I bought my car, I bought my ring, I don't need a man. Okay, and if you talk to me, you're mansplaining. Okay, I was that woman actually. I swung from codependence to independence. It's like, don't talk to me. And actually, what we really want is something called interdependence. What interdependence is I am equal, balanced, masculine, and feminine on my own. So when I go to work, when I go meditate, I'm very completely self fulfilled when I'm alone in solitude. But then when I enter into a male female relationship, I can role play the part of the soft feminine. Now, I'm going to give you the traditional Chinese medicine side of this. Okay, so in order for a baby to happen, the man needs to get hard and the woman needs to get soft and juicy. And because of a whole generation of women setting boundaries, what we see more is an uptick in like breast cancer, UTIs, ovarian cysts, fibroids, all this reproductive disorder. And we also have a new generation of men who watch hours of porn a day, who stay at home and don't socialize. right? So many of my male clients, one of them tell me he watched 4 hours of porn, but we also even like intimacy, less harmony in the dating. Now, everybody, I want you to know that the liver is impacted by anger. And in Chinese medicine, we said menstrual blood is related to the liver. So what that means is because a woman loses blood every month, we are more susceptible to anger. And we have to tell the woman you got to smile and be people pleasing and be kind. And so women have even more suppressed anger. Meanwhile, semen is associated with the kidney. And of course, we watch a lot of porn, we lose a lot of semen. So it's a downward spiral where the more porn a man watches, the more fear is in their system. So now the more porn he watches, the harder it is for him to go date, right? So now we have a whole generation of this situation. And what are we going to do?
What are we going to do?
We're going to do the exercise to release the anger and the fear from the liver and the kidney. That's the Chinese medicine. So everybody stand up. Okay. So we're going to close our eyes and we're going to just start bouncing. Say goodbye to someone you love. Say goodbye to a city, a home, a car. Okay, so allow whatever is trapped. Allow whatever is trapped in your lungs, your digestive system, your liver, your kidney, your brain, your spine, your hips, your muscular skeletal system. Yeah, so freestyle, whatever it takes, in your shoulders and your rib cage and your hips, knees, ankles. Go, nobody's looking at you, and just what is it that you got to do so that little thing that bugs you will leave right now. That little thing that bugs you will leave right now. And feel free to vocalize and make some sounds. And it's totally welcome if you fart, if you burp, if you cry, if you cough, if you need to vomit, do use the bathroom. Laughter always. And this heaven's light is shining through the top of your head. You can call that the yang energy pouring into you. And now imagine the bottom of your feet is open and you're deeply connected to the nourishing yin energy of Mother Earth. And visualize that you are like a sandwich between heaven and earth, and all the good stuff of heaven and earth is gathering in this place called earth, is gathering in this place called Quan Gong, which means Mother Earth Temple. That's right. Everyone carried the Mother Earth Temple inside. So if you trace a line between your belly button and the back of your spine, right in the middle, that is, like the void in the Big Bang Theory. This is your source power, the place where you can recycle any negative thoughts, negative feelings. Yes, this is your source power energy. That's it. So what I see is, anger is also affecting the eyes and fear also affecting the ears. So very common also affecting the ears. So very common, and we have men who cannot listen or have hearing problems, tinnitus, ear ringing, or we have women with eyes like they're going blind because the anger has caused decreased eyesight, right? So notice if you have decreased eyesight or decreased hearing. And as you bounce, notice if the right side or the left side is tighter. So yin yang are opposite, but we can bring yin yang balance just by say hello technique. So my teacher, Dr. and Master Jigong Sha, he is trained in Western medicine, Chinese medicine, and he's a world-renowned spiritual healer. And what I love about him is he said, I have the power to heal myself. You have the power to heal yourself. And together we can heal the world, right? So mathematically, we have three axes, the x-axis, the y-axis, and the z-axis. So in yin-yang terms, that's the top, bottom, the left, right, and the front, back. So let's see if we can restore the balance across the three axes of the body, starting from top down. Okay, so dear, the top down axis of my body, I love you, honor you, and deeply appreciate you. You have the power to balance the yin-yang between top and bottom. Now know that pathologically, if you're always overthinking, then there's too much energy at the brain and too little on the hips, knees, ankle, which is why a lot of people have hip pain, knee pain, ankle pain. All right, so everybody just make some noise. Some people call the soul language. And if you don't know your soul language, just chant lai 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 lai. Dear the light in my body and the light of this universe, please balance my top bottom axis. Start. Lai 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 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, good job, everybody. 100 means the brownie is baked. Okay, so we fixed the top down, we harmonized the top down axis. Now we're gonna do the front back. Okay, so the front is yin, the back is yang. So dear the front back axis of my body, please achieve harmony. Start. 10, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100. Okay, good job. All right, the last axis is the left-right axis. So dear the left-right axis of my body, you have the power to harmony yourself. Please do a good job. Start. 90, 90, 90, Okay, I'm getting a message. So here in the United States, women are paid 77 cents on the dollar. On the left side is the feminine side. On the right side is the masculine side. So the reason why it was hard to get to 100 is because there is subconscious. Jay is a professor. He told me, do you know, Winnie, we have formed by age 2 what a man looks like and what a woman looks like. So this whatever information, we're going to do this motion. It's a counterclockwise. So when we do the counterclockwise motion, it's like taking a eraser and erasing some of these beliefs about what a man is and what a woman is. Okay, so everybody, I want you to visualize dark gray smoke. Okay, so whatever I think a man should do in a relationship, whatever I think the woman should do in a relationship, we're gonna chant la 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 and just like send it back any false belief about what dating is supposed to do and not. Okay, start. Okay, we did it. Now we're gonna do clockwise. So in the clockwise motion, so counterclockwise is release the negative. Clockwise is bringing in the positive. So beyond human comprehension, we're just gonna go clockwise and chant light. Start. Okay, we got to 100. So congratulations, everyone. That was really a ton of fun. And I welcome everybody to raise your hand and unmute if you have something to share about what you just experienced with the Qigong, or you want to share your personal wisdom about the dating or being a man or being a woman. I'll let you facilitate. Oh, you need a mic.
Wow. I'm most amazed. Is it okay if I hold it?
Yeah,
Because my hip, sometimes it just kicks in. And I heard you say something about too much in the head, then it's too much up here and not enough, hip and legs. And guess what? I have no pain.
Wow.
Sometimes it hurts so much. All I can do is try to grin and bear it. Really hard, try it. But it's gone. Thank you.
When did you notice it that it was gone?
When we were doing this in front, because we did the XYZ axis, which I really accepted and really aligned with, it was still there. But when we did this one, in front, clockwise and counterclockwise, there's no pain. And it can get so high, it's hard to bear. Thank you.
Can you give a number, like before the session? What do you think the pain?
Well, it was starting to kick in. Actually, before we started at 7, it was not there. But then when you mentioned in the head, it kind of turned on. Because that's I'm doing the ARC method, to aware, release, and choose. But I know that's what happened. That's why it happens for me. And so I was also aware that it was going to change because I was focusing in that awareness, why it happened. And that's exactly what happened. It just released.
Thank you so much, April.
Thank you. So it's like maybe a 1, but yeah.
Oh, perfect.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Next.
No?
Next. Thank you.
Thank you so much, April. That was beautiful. So I really love that April brought up the ARC, because this is the ARC in action. So first we become aware of what's going on, right? And with April, what's going on is to spend so much time in her head that it actually affects other parts of her body. And we, April has talked about this on a number of different occasions. It's different parts of her body that it's affecting. And many of us have this tendency to spend so much time in our head and then have some other place in our body where we suffer. Mine's the low back. And, and different people have the hips or the ankles, the knees. And so this is what I really love about what we offer here, because it's because this awareness is a huge leap forward for most people. Becoming aware that maybe, just maybe, my lower back hurts because I spend too much time in my head, too much time on my computer, too much time worrying, ideating, thinking about what I'm going to do, thinking about how to land the next project, how to close the next deal, whatever it is. How much time do we spend being present with ourselves, being present in our bodies? So that's step 1 of the ARC that April pointed out. We become aware of what's going on. Now, I'm spending extra time emphasizing this because, especially for men, this is something that we tend to blow right past, right? Because if I don't identify, if I don't stop and say, ooh, like I've got this low back pain, and it may be because I spend too much time in my chair and I spend too much time in my head, blah blah. If we don't do that, then we can just power through. We don't have to deal with it. Of course, we do ultimately have to deal with it. So this is short-term thinking at the expense of the long term, which is how our health ends up getting affected negatively. So, but awareness is key. Awareness is important. And it's not everything, because to be aware of it is not to be rid of it. So the next thing that we get to do is release. And this technique that Winnie uses is one way that we can release. There are many meditations that we use, and But then also here at the Heart Center, we have the Tao Calligraphy Light Wall. And we use this to release effectively stress, strain, all kinds of relationship blockages, and this anger and fear that Winnie talked about, that so many of us carry. And the reason this is important in this context is because we tend to build up these resentments when we're in a relationship. She did this to me, and I just can't forgive this. Or, he is like this all the time, and I just can't take it anymore, right? And what we don't tend to recognize is that we have actually built up a backlog that is affecting our view and making us see our partner through negative lenses. And it is by releasing these resentments, by releasing this backlog, that we can have a fresh view of our partner. And let me tell you that this relationship would not be possible without that. We've been together for 6 years now, and there have been moments when we had patterns and resentments building up. And it's only because we know how to release them that we don't live in our relationship.
Yeah, so I wonder if the team can bring up the law of Shinchi-Jing for a second, because I want to credit Dr. and Master Jigang Sha for teaching us that Qigong that we just practiced, and also the Tao Calligraphy Light Wall that we're about to do. So one of his most fundamental teaching is that soul is the boss, right? So a lot of people, they do mindfulness meditation, but then, a lot of the mindfulness meditation, for example, EFT, emotional freedom technique, I love and accept myself. I love and accept myself. I love and accept myself. Even though I've been sexually abused before, I can feel safe in the body. I can feel safe in the body. I can feel safe in the body. See, what's fundamentally, that technique is really good for soothing me in this moment. But the soul has this aspect that is eternal, that is infinite, that is powerful beyond comprehension. So notice that just now when I say, okay, dear the top bottom axis of my body, dear the left right axis of my body, dear the front back axis of my body, that is a technique that Master Sha taught. It's called the say hello technique, where we use the soul power. So we are, what can transform hip pain, lower back pain so quickly, like 15 minutes, is to use the soul power. Now, if the team can bring up the Tao Calligraphy Light Wall, so actually, am I in the shot?
You're in the shot.
All right.
We may not have the wall.
Okay. So the Tao Calligraphy Light Wall is a collection of Master Sha's top 10 calligraphies. Tao is not a religion. Tao is the way. Right? So I am not a victim because she did this to me, or he is a cheated on me, or, so the fundamental wisdom is that Tenda is our true nature, meaning love, forgiveness, compassion, light, humility, harmony, flourishing, gratitude, service, and enlightenment. These 10 attributes is who I truly am. So by breathing it, it's kind of like if I eat a cheeseburger versus if I eat a salad, those carry different frequencies, right? So what I breathe is what I become. If I breathe the source light that is embedded in these 10 sacred calligraphies, then I become and remember that I am these top 10 qualities. So do we have any volunteer who wish to receive? Oh, hello, Jay.
Hi.
Do you want to try the Tao calligraphy that we're breathing?
I never tried.
Yeah. Here, come on over. Jay, can I have a mic?
Of course, yes.
Yeah.
I deeply apologize.
Yeah, go ahead. Do you have any pain anywhere in the body, like neck pain? I mean, you look perfectly healthy, but
Not for the longest time.
okay. Do you have any jaw stuff?
No,
No?
my
Okay.
jaw is
Good.
good and healthy. I bound covers of books daily. I was the only one in school. So, yes, my shoulder and my back,
Okay.
my blades would get stronger because I would resist walking from home to school. The pain, resist the pain, and just bear it.
Oh, okay. So this is a classic example. Okay, so just close your eyes and sit up tall, stacking one vertebrae on top of another. And dear my shoulders, my jaw, my neck. So of course the lung is anatomically connected to the shoulder, and the shoulder is connected to the neck and the jaw. So dear the 10 dot calligraphies, the light will please open. That's it. So what we're gonna do is you're gonna hear me inhale 5 counts. So I'm gonna say inhale 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and you're gonna visualize the golden light coming to both shoulders and both lungs, including the jaw. And then exhale, you're just going to visualize dark gray smoke leaving, especially the right side. Visualize dark gray smoke leaving the jaw, the shoulder, the neck, the lung. That's it. Okay. So inhale, visualize golden light coming to the jaw, neck, shoulder, lung. And exhale, visualize dark gray smoke leaving the jaw, neck, shoulder, lung. And inhale the 10 dot light. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, release. Okay, so next time we're gonna chant on the exhale the syllable si. Si vibrates the lung. Inhale the golden light into your jaw, neck, shoulder, lung. 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, chant si. Si. So this sacred sound you can find on Wikipedia is a very sacred wisdom that has existed in Chinese medicine and Taoist longevity lineage for a very long time, thousands of years. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, chant si. Si. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, chant. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, chant. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, chant. Now, the lung meridian in Chinese medicine, it actually starts from the lung and then it goes down into the thumb side. So I want you to visualize from the lung, the si travel all the way opening, like the qi travel all the way, like Superman. Instead of spider web, sorry, that's Spider-Man, right? Okay, Spider-Man, instead of shooting us spider webs, you just visualize that your lung has this light that all the way penetrates through this corner of your thumb. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, chant. Okay, if the brownie 100 is fully baked, we're at 20%. And continue. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, chant. 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 One more time. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhale, chant. And then just a moment of silence. So yang chanting as you can hear a sound, and yin chanting is where you're chanting in every cell of your body just in silence. How. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Love you, love you, love you. So the 10 dot portal is now closed. We thank you, Master Sha, for creating the Tao calligraphy light while breathing, which clears blockages at a higher dimension.
Peaceful. I asked and directed my energies to focus on my mouth, my throat, and through there, my lungs and were affected beyond the lungs, the back of my beyond the lungs, the back of my body, and focus more on my shoulder.
I can sense it and also see it around, and I just can see a lot of things. So I'm very grateful for Master Sha for teaching me everything. And yeah, so welcome Yvette and Bettina and my dad joining from Hong Kong and Europe and New York, everyone from all over. Thank you, everyone joining Facebook and YouTube. Please unmute yourself and let me know if there are any questions. And Jay, would you like to tell us how they can bring friends to Heart Center Connection every week and join the breathing practice?
On this channel, in order to bring you this Heart Center Connection. Heart Center Connection is an exploration into mental health and some of the knowledge and wisdom that Chinese medicine can bring into these different areas of our lives. Thursday. And you can join us in that practice by going to breathing.heartcenter.la. And we love for you to join us. If you can also reach out to us via our email address, which is, which is heartcenterla1@gmail.com. Thank you, Chloe. That is Heart Center input, not just how we're doing, affecting your life. How would you like us to talk about? Is there you need to talk about? Join us here. You're always welcome. Join us here. You're always welcome. So join us here. You're always welcome. So thank you all for joining us each week here again at Heart Center Connection. And there's one more thing that I'm really excited about announcing, which is coming soon on July 9th. Don't quote me, pencil it in, but I believe it's July 9th. We will have the first Heart Center Conscious Connections event at Atelier in Pasadena. And we're so excited about this. We're talking tonight about, we're talking tonight about the difficulties that people have with relationships today. And so we are dedicated to serving you and to supporting your needs. And we've noticed that a lot of people in our lives are having trouble connecting with a relationship that they can sustain. So a relationship that they can sustain. So this is our answer, our support, our answer, our support, our answer to your need. So we look forward to you joining us, and we'll have more information about this in coming weeks. Really excited about that. Look out for it in coming weeks. That, of course, you can find out more about that at lovect.net. That's www.lovect.net. Thank you so much for joining us, everyt.net. Thank you so much for joining us, everyone. It's been great. And it's been another great week here at Heart Center Connection. It always goes really fast. It's always great to interact with each and every one of you. And we'll leave the meeting up for a few minutes. So that